Hi, and today I'm going to be showing you just a simple digitizing video. I need to do a picture of a German Shepherd and I need to embroider it onto something. So this is a quick and easy way that I use to do something one-off or just a simple design. So I've opened my program. I'm currently using PE Design version 6. I do have the latest software, but I tend to go back to my old choice, my old software. Although it's the same, the new version has a few more extra things you can do, but for the type of digitizing I do, I find this is the easiest and the simplest for me to use, and to show you it's going to be easy. So I've opened up the program here. What I'm going to do is import my picture that I need to do. I'm no good at drawing, so I have this. So I need to digitize this. I'm just going to make a few edits. So the program, image, input, and input from file. That's where I have it stored on my computer. So I find the image, import it. This is a JPEG file, so that should be fine. I am going to use the magnifying glass to enlarge my design. The image is going to be pretty naff. You can see it's very blurred, but it doesn't matter for what I need it for. So I'm going to go down to this one here, which is an outline. I'm going to use the straight outline. The design is small. You won't really notice a difference whether I used a straight edges or whether I used curve. But for this video, I'll use the straight ones. Excuse me. Now, there are a couple of things you can do or you will need to do before you start digitizing. This is a zigzag stitch. This is the fill stitch. Now, if I was to do a simple square, you can see it's a square that's been filled in with a fill stitch, and then you've got the zigzag around the edge. Now, if I hit this button and then recreate this square, you will see that the zigzag stitch will be non-existent. So at the moment, we just want the fill stitch. The design is, the picture is black, so I'm going to change my color to red, just so I can see what I have done and what I haven't done. That can be quite tricky when it comes to digitizing. I'll change all the colors at the end, but this is just going to be one color design. So every click you do puts an outline to your stitching, and then it'll join up from the original stitch you put in. So I could do a triangle and it'll join up. I can do a square, click, click, double click. Oh, okay, I'll come to that one in a minute. Oh, we can change that, sorry. Let's try again. And a simple square. 1, 2. If I double click there, it'll join up and make it a complete area. So I'm very quickly going to get rid of these, and we'll start to digitize. I'll start here. So I'm just literally following the lines all the way around. It can be quite difficult on the eyes occasionally. We'll just keep going. Just roughly. It doesn't have to be precise at this present moment in time. I can go back and edit it at any point. Just quickly to show you. And you should be able to hear all my clicks going. So I'm literally just doing an outline. Excuse me. So there we are. we can now see the outline of the first bit we've designed. So I'm going to go and use this button which edits points. So if I click on this, it shows you all the clicks I've done. Now there's an area here that I wasn't particularly happy with. I'm rushing, so I'm just going to click on it and move it. You can move these little pointers to any point, so you can just tidy up your work really. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, click back on this one and we'll keep going. That'll do. It's quite simple enough for just something small. This design's probably going to be about maybe 6 centimeters by 4-ish, so it's a very small design. So the stitchings really don't matter. Let's come up here. And as you can see, it's very rough. But when you go to embroider it out, it'll be absolutely fine because it is literally just a small design. It'll give you an outline of what you need. Now this section here, I will bring this closer. Right, this section, when I double clicked to make it complete, hasn't completed. You can see there's no stitching, which means there is something that's overlapping. So I'm going to click on here and straight away I can see that down in this part there's an overlap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this one, right click, and I'm going to delete it. So that stopped the overlap straight away. I'm also going to delete this one and I'm going to move that to there. Now hopefully if I go up and click on this, it will fill in. That tells me there's no overlapping stitches and it should be just fine. So I'm going to zoom out, go back onto the stitch we want and carry on. The great thing with this is if you're using a different colour, you can save this design at any point and go back to it. So it can be a small design, you could go big and do a bigger design, and you can just go back to it. You don't have to, just move that down a bit. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. It can become very monotonous after a while, but like I said, it's not a huge design. And double click there. There's a little bit there I'm not happy with, so I'm going to go back into my edit design, click on that one and click on the area, and it brings your little clicks up. So I'm just going to move that in a little bit. I know it's rough, but I would like it to look like what it's supposed to be. So there we go. I'm relatively happy with that. Okay. Back to the stitching. Right, so you can see on this nose area and the eyes, there is a hole in the middle, a white part. That's the highlight of the nose. I'll show you what I'm going to do with that in a second. I'm kind of going to cheat, but it works. So let's just keep going. Just keep going. So once we've done this, Pretty sure I started at the top somewhere, so just keep going. And almost done. There we go. Right, that looks fine. So this area here, there is a way where you can cut those stitches away and leave it open. But for today, I'm going to change my colour there to white. And I'm going to use the exact same thing and just create a little white bit with some white stitching. Double click. Now at the moment all the stitches are running the same way, so for this to show up and to not get embedded with the other stitching, what I'm going to do is press the select button up here, highlight that white area, right click and go to the sewing attribute settings. This shows the direction of my stitches, so I'm going to turn this that way. So when I apply, the stitches will run in the opposite direction. So they won't get embedded in with the first stitches that go down. I have a button up here that gives you a realistic view, and I'm going to click it, and it shows you the direction of the stitches that the white's going in. So I'm happy with that. Now if I was to click off the whole design, so just click off here, go back up to the preview, it'll show you what I've done so far. Doesn't look much, but it will do when it's finished. So we're going to go back to here and we're going to do the red again, and we're going to carry on. Not sure if you can hear that. That's my little parrot. Apologies for Jelly Bean. There we go. Let's move down a little bit more. So keep fiddling around with all these. Should really put some music on in the background. Just going to do a little zigzag along these. It's just to show a fluffy bit of fur. Okay. Nearly done. That'll do nicely. So this bit here, again just roughly, doesn't need to be precise. And if you don't like the look of it, go back up to here and edit your little points, your little clicks that you've done. There, that looks a bit neater. Back down to that one. Okay, we're so close to finishing now. Oh, apologies for that noise. Bit here. Okay, zigzag all day long. Zigzag. Zigzag, zigzag. And we are so close to finishing. A couple of extra bits I want to show you once the design's done. Sorry, I'm always humming or something when I'm doing this. I attempt to sing, but I'm not very good at it. So I hum more. Oh, so close. Ta-da! Not worried about that little bit there. So I'm going to zoom out now. And that's our dog. I will actually zoom in just a little bit. That's a bit too small. So go to realistic view. Yeah, that kind of looks like a German Shepherd. I want to incorporate this little white bit here now. So I'm going to go back to here. Back up to white. Let's check white. And I'm just going to put a little fluffy white bit there. Perfect. Okay, now the one thing I do need to check is the way my stitches run. Half of them run one way, half of them run another, because we changed them over. We changed the direction of the stitches when I did this first white bit. Now, when I look at preview, I don't think it really matters on this design. Some things it will really show. So the direction of stitches can be quite important, but for the moment, I'm happy with how it is. And there we go. So I'm going to save that design. I'm going to save it as a German Shepherd. Okay, and that's it done. I'll show you in a second it embroidering out and then the finished design. So I'll see you soon. So we're back again, and this is our design that we've just digitized. I'm going to open up, let's start that again, open up this button here. It tells me which colours will embroider first. So we've got the red, the white, the red, the white. I'm going to literally drag that across to there, click on the minus button, it just brings it all together. So it shows me the red will go first and then the white. So I'm going to change this colour to dark brown. That's the colour I will be embroidering with. This is white, so I can stay with white. I'm happy with that. And I will resave my design now, just so that it's right, just so that it's all in order for when I put it on the embroidery machine. So let's go and embroider. So I have my machine set up, and I have put down a basting stitch as I will be putting this design on something. So let's get going. I'm using my brother V3 Innovis. Okay, let's change to the white. Oops. And there we have it. Digitised German Shepherd dog. Okay, I will show you the end result of what I've made. So this is the final design. German Shepherd dog made into an inhaler holder. So like and subscribe and you'll see more videos like this. See you later and thanks for watching. Bye.